3 messages to get inside that woman's head. You want to learn? Then come with me. I'm Isabella Grace, a relationship and attraction expert, and I help men become confident and build meaningful relationships with high-value women. I constantly get messages from my students saying that after learning how to send the right messages and communicate the right way with women, everything started to flow much more naturally, lighter, easier. But here's the thing, some men believe that if a woman likes you, you can say anything and it won't matter. And if she's not into you, it also doesn't matter what you say because she'll never be interested. But is that really true? Well, if you're the type of guy who naturally sparks an intense attraction in women just by existing, she sees you from afar and boom, she's drawn to you because of your looks alone, then yeah, maybe in that rare case, what you say doesn't matter. It's like when you see a woman who's so stunning that you just want her, no matter what she says or how she is. But let's be real. That's a bit immature, isn't it? Now, outside of those rare exceptions, when we're talking about emotionally mature and intelligent people, a high-value man does care about what a woman says. And a high-value woman, she cares a lot about what a man says. And here's a little secret about female psychology. Women are most influenced by what they hear from men, while men, in most cases, are drawn to what they see. Her looks, a picture, her body, her face. But for women, it's different. It's about words. That's why there are conversations that make a woman fall for you. Conversations that make her instantly intrigued, thinking, wow, I've never talked to a guy like this before. And these conversations can happen over text. But there are also conversations that make a woman lose interest fast, so much so that she forgets to even reply. So in this video, I've selected 3 powerful messages to get inside a woman's head, to make her think about you. And I've carefully chosen these 3 messages for 3 different stages of a conversation. Because let's be honest, when you're talking to a woman, you have to understand that the beginning of a conversation is different from the middle, when you already know a little about each other, and that's also different from when you've built a deeper connection and really understand who she is. Think about it. Imagine meeting a new coworker today. Would you joke around with them the same way you would after a year of friendship? Of course not. At first, you'd keep things more formal, start with small talk, maybe discuss work-related issues. Over time, you'd get to know each other, become acquaintances, and eventually, maybe even close friends if you had a lot in common. So pay attention. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They learn one killer conversation tip and try to use it at the wrong time with the wrong woman. And then all that effort falls apart. The conversation starts to feel weird, invasive, and makes the woman uncomfortable. That's why understanding the timing of a conversation, knowing when to say something, is just as important as knowing what to say. Got it? Never forget this. Now, let's get to the powerful messages. These have been tested and proven to make a woman think about a man. And why do they work? Because each of these messages contains psychological triggers, things that naturally influence the human brain, whether we realize it or not. So let's get into the first message so you can see how it works. Message number 1, name 3 dots. This one is super simple and you can use it after just a few minutes of texting with her. Let's say you've already had about 10 minutes of conversation and then you step away for a bit. When you come back, you reopen the conversation like this: Luana, Gabriela, Amanda, just her name, followed by 3 dots. Why does this work? Because a person's own name is one of the things they love to hear the most. And when you add those 3 dots, you create curiosity. She'll instantly wonder what you want to say. Naturally, she'll reply with something like, hey, or what? And in that moment, she's thinking about you, because you left an open loop in her mind. Now here's the key. After sending this message, don't respond immediately. Wait 30 minutes to an hour before answering. During that time, she'll be wondering, what does he want to say? Is he going to invite me out? Did he see a picture of me? Is he about to make a move? This builds anticipation and excitement. And here's something crucial to understand. Attraction is built through emotions. The more emotions you activate, the more you leave an imprint in her mind. That's how attraction grows. Some people might call this playing games, but it's not. It's strategy. Understanding how emotions work and using that knowledge to attract a high-value woman. Of course, this isn't about manipulating or misleading anyone. It's about building genuine attraction with someone who's truly worth it. So use this technique wisely. Message number 2, tell me more about you. This message is another game changer, and it works especially well in the early stages of conversation. Here's why it's so effective. Most men ask closed-ended questions when talking to women. They say things like, "What do you do for fun? Where do you work? What are you studying?" The problem? These questions often lead to short, dead-end answers. But you are not like most men. Yes, you can ask a few closed-ended questions, but at the right moment you flip the script. Instead of just saying, "Oh, so you're a lawyer and you've been living here alone for 2 years," you follow up with something like, "That's interesting. So what made you decide to move here? What inspired you to become a lawyer?" See what happened? You're not just asking a question, you're inviting her to open up about something deeper. By doing this, you quickly create a connection that sparks emotions. And the more emotions she associates with talking to you, the stronger the attraction grows. So remember this. Tell me more about you. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful messages you can use. Message number 3, I just thought about you. This is a message you'll only use when you're already further along in the conversation, when you and the woman are flirting, exchanging compliments, laughing together. At this stage, you've been having a fun, engaging conversation for a day or two, and there's already a good vibe between you. That's when you send, "I just thought about you out of nowhere." And yes, once again, 3 dots to create curiosity. With this message, you're planting yourself in her mind even more. And here's where it gets interesting. You pause before revealing what you thought. You let her wonder for a bit. She'll most likely reply, "Oh yeah, what did you think?" Then instead of answering right away, you say, "I'll tell you tonight." Boom. Now she's thinking about you for hours until you reveal what you meant. You send this message in the afternoon and she keeps it in the back of her mind, imagining what you might say. This builds excitement, mystery, and anticipation, which are all essential in attraction. Now the key is to understand the timing, because knowing powerful messages won't help if you don't know how to lead the conversation in a way that keeps it fun, engaging, and deepens the connection. When a woman feels a real connection, sees you as a high-value man, and feels desire, that's when attraction naturally grows. If this video brought you value, don't forget to leave a like. See you in the next one.